Hello everyone, this is Naz and I'm going to show you how to, as quickly as I can, install the carrier in Nitro. So first up, you want these two files that I'll have in the config somewhere, the prefab list and config prefab. There will also be one for the combo pack, and you just copy those, and in your nitrogen folder you put them in resources, and once they're in resources you start up nitrogen and you select vanilla with the carrier if you're going vanilla, or the combo pack one, which I haven't done yet, but it'll be done when you're watching this. It'll be done. So once it's generated, it'll be in output. So once it's in here, you want to go to output and you want to copy your Nitro generated map, and then you want to go to your username and you want to have show hidden folders on. If you've installed a Nitro map before, you know where I'm going with this, but just for the sake of completion, it's roaming, 7 days to die, generated worlds. Paste it in here. Now it will be as a single prefab, and sometimes you might encounter this because it's biome specific, and nitrogen doesn't it doesn't limit biomes to prefabs or prefabs to biomes. So you have to either generate a bunch of them and hope you get lucky and it generates in the snow biome, or you can just paint it in the biomes. You can paint this file in, where is it, biomes, preview, like the carriers somewhere here, and in this example I've just painted over here so that it's in the right biome, but that's just an issue you need to be aware of. So once it's in here, it will be one prefab, and if you open this prefabs.xml and search for super, there it is. So there's an issue with it spawning as one prefab where it's too big, so you get this issue where the distant mesh, it doesn't go away when you're inside the carrier, and it's not ideal. So to get around this, I've got the prefab split into two. So to spawn it manually, all you do is underscore front, and that'll change it from the single prefab version to the front half, and then you just save it like that. Now to spawn the other half and have it align and all that jazz, we just need to go to editing tools, world editor, and I think it was 4K we were changing. I'll check that while it loads. Yep, 4K. And this will be one of the maps you can just download and it just works. That I'll link in the docs somewhere. But this is if you wanted to generate your own map and have the carrier, or have put it in an existing map. This also shows you how to spawn it manually. You can get away with having the single prefab version and not have the distant mesh if you increase your view to 11 with the command sg options gfx view distance 11, and you have to enter that at the menu before you're in game, and you have to do it every time you launch the game. But you can change it in the registry so it's permanent. And here we have the front half of the carrier. So we want the rear half, and we want it all nice lined up and blending in with the terrain and whatnot. So we just press escape, go to this third tab, press show bounds, and it'll show a big green box over it. and then we're going to exit out of there. We're going to come down here, and we're going to look at the ground and press Z, and you'll get a little blue box there. Then if we press K, you get this menu. Hang on, I'll change my resolution so you may actually be able to see it. K, and we're going to select Dynamic Prefabs, and then we're in this list. We're going to scroll down to S for Super, and there it is. We want the rear half, so we select the rear, then we go Load into Prefab, click that, and then you'll get a big box similar to this one, except it's light green, which means it's selected. Now to move it, you hold G, and then you'll get these. I'll move so you can see a bit better. That's about as good as we're going to get. You'll get these 3 arrows, and you can click and drag them, or you can use WASD to move it 1 block at a time, and hold C for down and space for up. Now it does have like a preview of what's spawning, but it's a pain in the ass because it doesn't update when you move it. You have to teleport away, then teleport back, and it'll reload, and you have to do that every single time. It's really annoying. Also, if you need to rotate it like we do here, you want to teleport away, rotate how many times you need, and then teleport back, because if you rotate it while you're in the same chunk, I'll demonstrate, the game just locks up for a good 30 seconds or whatever. Now it doesn't like full on crash. If you leave it, it will come back eventually, but it's super annoying and inconvenient, especially if you need to rotate it more than once. So if it finishes thinking about it, we can get this aligned. There we go. Now teleport away, teleport back. Where am I? There I am. Okay, now it's rotated the correct direction. So we want to hold G, and I want it down a bit, I want it across a bit, and line it up. And I think it needs 1 more that way, or 2 more. I'm going to teleport away again, and then teleport back. By the way, I'm doing that with Shift Q. It just teleports you to where you're looking. Right, is it lined up now? Nope, still too tall. So it's a good few blocks tall. And it doesn't help that the arrow for up and down is green, so you can hardly see it. I'll just use C. Oh, there it is. Teleport away, teleport back. Is that right? Oh. Sometimes you'll get that error when you're teleporting around and you've got a prefab preview going. Well, there we go, finally. So now that it looks pretty good, we're going to turn off the bounds so we can see it properly. See, you never know it was 2 prefabs. And we're going to check the terrain, make sure nothing's odd, make sure it's blending. This is all a flat area because it's where the single one, so it should be as good as how it was as a single prefab, except you won't have that distant mesh issue because the mesh is like a hollow shell. There's nothing inside it, so when you're inside here and it's displaying over the prefab, you can't see out because it's blocked off by the imposter blocks. So you could have like a horde of zombies coming in and you'll be looting or whatever, and you wouldn't be able to see them because there would be a wall there. So if we do it as two prefabs, that issue doesn't happen. So that's why we go to this extent. You can do it with the command, but that's another hassle as well. This way's it works every time. You don't need to think about it. It just works for the most part. So now we're gonna, to save it, we press K again, dynamic prefabs, and up here we press save all prefab positions. Now I'm not sure this save button actually does anything, but I'm just gonna press it, why not? And then if we exit out of that, new game, 4K Nitro. There we go, that's convenient. So if I go into fly mode, you'll see there's no trees floating around. He said with fingers crossed. Now this might happen. You can see in the video we did rotate it correctly, but for some reason when you go in game it decides it wants to rotate the other way. So to fix that, you just need to mirror the rotation values or go back into the world editor and mirror them. So there's 4 values you can set: 1, 2, 3, 4, north, west, south, east. So if we go back into our XML here and find super, this is free, so we're going to mirror it, so it would be 1. Now we're going to find the front. Is that right? No, we're going to find the rear and change that to free. Save. Also, when you make changes, you need to delete your save or the region the prefab's in. If you can find that out, I think you can get with the F3 menu in single player or Alex web map on a dedicated server. There we go. So the split is about here. I'm going to turn off the AI so I don't get wrecked. So this is halfway about here, and it looks okay. So if we come over here to where the distant mesh loads in, you see how that's all like marble blocks. If you were standing here, that would be where the holes are and stuff like that, and like that stuff, the shadows would be marble blocks under all the aircraft and stuff like that, and it wouldn't go away, it would stay there. But like I said, if you have it as 2 prefabs, it doesn't do that. So that's pretty much it. That's how you fumble your way with a manual spawning of the carrier. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the carrier and have fun in A19.